Story 1. I've always loved hiking alone, but today, something's wrong. The woods feel too quiet, the air too thick. I tell myself it's nothing, that I'm just being paranoid. But as I push deeper into the trees, the feeling of being watched grows heavier. At first, it's just the usual rustling, leaves shifting, a branch snapping underfoot. But then I hear something else. A faint crunching of leaves just behind me. I freeze. My heart races. I turn around, expecting to see a deer or some other animal, but there's nothing. I quickened my pace, but the sound followed me. Soft at first, a shuffle, then a footstep, then another. Slow, steady, closer. I turned, spinning around, trying to see if anyone was there. Nothing. Only the vast darkness, broken by the pale glow of moonlight. I could hear my breath now, ragged and uneven, my pulse in my ears. Then, another snap. This time, closer, too close. I broke into a run, stumbling over roots and rocks. The footsteps matched my pace. Whoever, or whatever was behind me was getting faster. I dared a glance over my shoulder, and for a fleeting second, I saw a shadow dart between the trees. A figure, tall and thin, its movements jerky and unnatural. I didn't stop running. I didn't dare to. I crashed through the underbrush, my legs burning, my mind screaming at me to move faster. But I could still hear it, right behind me, each step in perfect sync with mine. I didn't stop until I reached the clearing, the safety of the streetlight. But the sound, the footsteps, they stopped with me. Story 2. The moon was barely visible through the thick canopy, and the air felt dense like it was pressing against me. I should have never wandered this far off the trail. Alone in the woods at night, everything felt wrong. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate. Not the shuffle of an animal. These were human. I froze, my pulse quickening. I glanced around, but saw nothing. The air seemed colder now, and the shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally. I tried to convince myself it was my imagination, but the footsteps didn't stop. They were getting closer. I quickened my pace, my heartbeat hammering in my chest. The footsteps followed, always a step behind, like a shadow that never left. I turned sharply, desperate to find any sign of life, of safety. Nothing. I spun around once more, and there it was. A figure, tall, dark, and featureless, standing just beyond the tree line. It didn't move, just watched. I tried to scream, but my voice caught in my throat. The figure didn't budge, but the footsteps behind me grew louder, and I knew, whatever it was getting closer. Too close. Story 3. I had been hiking for hours, the trail narrowing as I made my way through dense brush. The wilderness was peaceful, too peaceful. The quiet of the forest was almost suffocating, but I wasn't thinking about that until I heard it. A rustle, then a low growl. I froze. It came from behind me somewhere in the trees. My breath hitched. I didn't dare turn around. I knew what it was. A bear. I started walking as quietly as I could, trying not to panic. But then I heard it again. The thud of massive paws hitting the earth, closer now. My instincts screamed at me to run, but I knew better. Bears don't chase you if you don't make a sound, if you don't provoke them. I began to backtrack, my pulse racing, my mind scrambling for a plan. Then I saw it. The bear emerged from the underbrush, its massive frame blocking the trail. It was a grizzly, its eyes locked onto mine with terrifying focus. I turned and sprinted, heart pounding in my chest. The bear was fast, its heavy footsteps gaining on me. My legs burned, but I pushed harder, crashing through the trees, the ground uneven beneath my feet. I saw a cliff ahead, and without thinking I leapt. My feet slipped as I tumbled down the slope, landing hard in the dirt below. I lay there, gasping for air, waiting. The bear didn't follow. I was alive, barely, but I wouldn't be so lucky next time.